Hello, my name is Ronald Lynch, and I'm in the class Environmental Health Concepts 6313. And I'm happy to be with you today to discuss some of the emerging contaminants. Now, this article was found in the news, and it discussed the emerging science, technology, and potential damage that nanoparticles may inflict upon specialized cells of the immune system. You see the article title, Nanoparticles Toxic Effects on Macrophages. And macrophages are an important part of the immune system that attempts to engulf and to ingest or to swallow any foreign substances that may come into the body. So this is a rather important concept. And these nanoparticles are beyond our ability to see them. You see up at the top, the size of a tennis ball, a salt grain, a cell, a virus, DNA. It's somewhere in the span between a virus and a protein. So you see that is absolutely quite small. And it actually typically describes the size of 100 nanometers or less. So we're somewhere inside this zone. And this is what these nanoparticles could potentially look like. And of course, they all have various functions, and they have various and different configurations as well as purposes. So you have an idea that we can't see these things with the naked eye. And as a result, they can enter our bodies through the respiratory system, the digestive system, through our skin, and they could also get in our bodies by intravenous injection. How are we being exposed to these items is by several potential industries, but the clothing industry, the food industry, and cosmetics. And so when they do get into our bodies, they may be able to, among other places, get to the brain, get to the lungs, or into the liver. And they are being found to inflict harm upon these macrophages. And this is part of the very important immune system. And we're going to find out what the final results were. But I thought it was a very compelling article that shed a good light on how information and news can be projected to the public as public health information. And it was bringing awareness to us of this emerging contaminant and why it's going to be quite important for us to understand more about it before it is full scale causing severe damage. So we're potentially getting damage to certain brain cells called microglia, which is kind of the immune cells of the brain. The lungs have alveolar macrophages, and that's a pretty critical deal. And the liver has these macrophages. The bottom line is that there's 5 different mechanisms of damage, and these nanoparticles are causing these macrophages to have what they call cytotoxicity. And that means cell death, and where they're not functioning like they should, and it's causing these cells essentially to die. So there's free radical damage, there's cytokine release. These are release of certain damaging chemicals. There's DNA damage, and ultimately cell death. So we do need to study these particles, and it would be favorable if manufacturers of these types of products and others would first determine the safety for us. Thank you very much for following this most interesting story, which was found in the news. Thank you again.